Hello everyone and welcome to Werven's World and welcome to my 5 tips for new players of Fortresscraft Evolved. So Fortresscraft is, maybe you could kind of compare it with a Factorio except for 3D. It really reminds me of a very modded Minecraft where you try to automate everything, and that's really nice. At least I really like kind of these logistic problems. But there's a couple of things that are not necessarily immediately clear from the game, so I thought I would make this video containing 5 tips for new players in order to help you get started. So let's get started. When you're building something, you can actually do it automatically using control. For example, here you can see this platform that I built, but I didn't do that all by hand. If you click somewhere and then right click, you can just build blocks. But if you hold control, you build all the blocks up until where you are. Watch out though, because it will replace blocks that you already placed. For example here, if I now aim there with wood, then it replaces all the stone ones with wood. So if you're not sure if you want to lose those blocks, then you have to be careful. But otherwise you can really quickly make platforms and stuff like that. You can also do that on the vertical way if you want to build walls, for example like this, and then hold control. Oh, if you're not retarded. There we go. So that's how you can really quickly make walls, as you can see I've been doing there. Tip number 2, the game actually has a grappling hook, and it's really a cool addition. You can basically navigate really quickly through different parts of the game. Especially in caverns, this can be really nice. You have to be careful that you don't fall to your death though, but you can prevent that by just using the grappling hook quite a lot, so that you kind of break your fall all the time. I can show that here. Like now I would be falling down, but if I just use my grappling hook once in a while, you actually break your fall quite well. What you can also do is to make a platform to go home. As you can see, here's these 4 lights. If I do my grappling hook there, then I'll just be dragged up and there's a door. And now I'm through the door and I'm home. And I really recommend this because then it's way easier to navigate and very easy to get home. Tip number 3, if you don't exactly know what a specific block does, you can press H for context-sensitive help menu. For example, here I'm hovering over this conveyor belt and I press H, and then you can see here conveyor belt. Furthermore, I'm in my inventory, as you can see in the bottom, this bar, there's also the power storage block, and that's also included in there. If I click on that, then you gain help about what exactly it does and how you interact with it, and that's very handy, especially once you come across, well, more and more blocks. Tip number 4, conveyor belts are very versatile, so you don't really need to build them straight up at all. As long as you always build it where the item that you're transporting would arrive next, then you're completely fine. So now the coal would arrive here in this block, so even if I put the conveyor belt here, that's fine. And with R I can rotate it. So then I could put one here, I can put one here, and so on. So you can really do whatever you want with conveyor belts, as long as you always build it basically on the next block, then you're going to be completely fine, and you can make really nice contraptions. You can have big, large vertical columns bringing out your stuff from the ground, and so on. Tip number 5, make sure to use your Holobase once in a while. If you press K, you basically get a schematic overview of your base, and everything that's red is not very good. It's not necessarily a problem. For example, in this case, this red is all my coal that's coming into my base, and it can only use it at a certain rate, so, well, I don't really care. However, as you can see, there is something blinking. That's not good. So we can go there. I can turn off the Holobase. And I can see that this one, it has enough power and it should be producing tin ore, but it isn't, and that's because there's no more tin ore around it. So using K, you can really identify problems in your base and you can go there to rectify them. So these were my 5 tips for new players. I hope you found them useful, and see you next time.